Hello everyone and welcome. Today we're going to dive into something pretty special, a powerful 21-day ritual that's all about clearing out the old obstacles and making way for new success. And it all kicks off on the incredibly potent night of Maha Shivratri. So let's get right into how this whole transformation works.
So, let me just ask you this straight up. Do you ever feel kind of stuck? Like you're hitting the same walls over and over again? Or maybe you're just ready to unlock a whole new level of prosperity and, honestly, just some inner peace. If you're nodding along, then you are in exactly the right place.
So here's the game plan. First, we'll talk about why this ritual is so powerful. Then we'll get into the specific tools you'll need to gather. After that, we'll walk through the 21-day process step by step. Then we'll cover the secret ingredient, gratitude, and finally talk about the kind of transformation you can aim for. Sound good? Let's go!
All right, first up, a night of power. Look, before we get into the what to do, we have to understand the why. What's the foundation that gives this whole thing its power?
The whole thing starts on Maha Shivratri. Now, this isn't just any night. The source material describes it as a time when spiritual energy is at its absolute peak. Think of it like a cosmic door swinging wide open, making it the perfect, most potent time to kick off a practice for some deep, meaningful change.
And here's where it gets really interesting, especially if you're into astrology. This ritual is specifically designed to work with the energy of the 8th house. In astrology, that's the house that rules all the unexpected stuff. Sudden changes, hidden challenges, but also deep, profound transformation. So by focusing here, the ritual is basically trying to smooth out life's sudden curveballs and turn them into wins.
Okay, part 2, gathering your sacred tools. Just like any great quest, you've got to have the right gear, right? So let's take a look at the specific items you'll want to have on hand.
Here's your checklist, your toolkit for the journey. You're going to need a small Shivling. That's a sacred symbol of Lord Shiva. Then you'll need 3 powders, Roli, Sindoor, and turmeric. You'll also need a lamp or a diya with some oil or ghee. And finally, a mix of 9 different grains. Each one of these things plays a really specific symbolic role in the daily practice.
And now we get to the heart of it all, the ritual itself. This is your step-by-step guide, starting on the night of Maha Shivratri and carrying on for 21 days straight.
So on that first big night, you start by setting up your space. You're going to mix those 3 powders together and then use that mix to draw a 6-pointed star. It's just a triangle pointing up with another one pointing down, laid right on top of it. Then you place the Shivling right in the middle and you light your lamp, letting it burn all night long.
And just remember, this is not a one-and-done kind of thing. The source really emphasizes that the real magic is in the consistency, in showing up for the full 21-day cycle.
So for the next 20 days, it settles into this simple but really meaningful daily routine. Every day, you'll draw a fresh star, set up the Shivling and the lamp again, chant a simple mantra like Om Namah Shivaya, and then make a small offering with a pinch of those 9 grains. It's like you're recharging your intention every single day.
Okay, now listen up, because this is probably the most important rule. The source is crystal clear on this. You cannot break the chain. You have to do this every single day for all 21 days. If you stop, the whole process just halts. So dedication here is absolutely everything.
All right, section 4, the power of gratitude. So we've talked about the physical steps, the things you do. But the source says that the real key, the thing that unlocks all the energy, isn't what you do, but how you think. It's all about your mindset. This quote right here really gets to the heart of it. The entire practice is about making a conscious shift in your focus. So instead of letting your mind circle around your problems or what you don't have, you actively pivot to a state of gratitude. You just think, thank you. This simple shift is supposedly the engine that drives the whole transformation. And this chart just lays it out perfectly, doesn't it? On one side, you have that mindset of lack. It's all about focusing on problems, asking for stuff, and it just creates this negative vibe. But on the other side, the mindset of abundance focuses on what you already have, on your blessings. It gives thanks, and in turn, it attracts more of that positive energy. The whole point of the ritual is to live on the right side of this chart. So, after 21 days of this dedicated practice, this powerful shift in how you think, what's the reward? What can you expect?
let's talk about the potential transformation that this ritual is meant to create.
According to the source, if you see this through, the fruits of your dedication can be pretty profound. We're talking about a real, deep sense of inner peace, an increase in prosperity and wealth, more success in whatever you're trying to achieve, and maybe best of all, a sense of freedom from those same old obstacles that keep showing up. It's really about creating a fundamental, positive change in the whole direction of your life.
And that brings us to the end. We've laid out the entire process. It's this amazing combination of a physical daily ritual with a very deep and powerful shift in your mindset. The tools are here, the path is clear, so really the only question left is the one for you. Are you ready to begin your transformation?